Welcome to the den, the Dingus Den.
Welcome to the Dingus Den for a brand new episode of Comic Club, where I'm joined by Nicole from Used and Abused and Red 5 Reading. Great to have you on here.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to finally be on the Dingus Den. I'm finally here, and I'm excited for this comic book that we're going to be talking about today.
Yes, long time coming. And we're here to talk about what if Donald Duck became Wolverine. What a crazy idea this is, but it worked pretty well, I think. It was a lot of fun to read, and so we're going to be getting right into it. However, before we do you have any points to bring up beforehand?
Points. Well, make sure you check out my friend Spencer here from the Dingus Den because he's awesome. He's got comic books and all that jazz. Again, I'm Nicole of the Red 5 Reading Book Club, as well as Peace Love Fandoms, because I'm actually one half of also Peace Love Disney. So right. I love Donald Duck. I love Disney. So this is right in my wheelhouse. Of course, as he said, I'm also 1/3 of Used and Abused. So there you go.
Check out all the links down below.
I know, I have so many links.
Right. Oh, I understand.
I'm all over the place.
I understand, but yeah. Anyway, what if Donald Duck became Wolverine? Let's get right into this. Before we get into the story, let's give a shout out to all the talent behind it. Ryder, Luca, Barbieri, Art, Yada, Prisonotto, and then colors by Lucio Ruvidati. I probably butchered most of those names, but you know, that's how it goes. And I love the inside of there too, of how it has the main cover mimics a very iconic Wolverine cover, and you can see that on the other side of the inside as well. I love that detail, along with lots of other details inside of it too that we'll get right into. This is just this one-shot story that's done, where it begins, where we see the villain, Pete Skull, take over Duckburg and robbing the heroes of their weapons. We then cut to Grandma's Duck's farm, where we see a sleeping Donald Wolverine, who's then woken up by Grandma Duck, who's wanting to help with the farm. Then Mickey Hawkeye appears, also wanting to help Donald Wolverine, but we see Donald's reluctant, claiming that he's retired. So anyway, we get a flashback to when Donald became Wolverine, a callback to when he first gets his adamantium, a callback to Weapon X there. I mean, yeah, absolutely great art there. In this universe, with it all being Mickey characters, it's Gyro who did the experiment. And so, nice callback there.
Yes.
Donald then helps Grandma with the farm. He finally gets his apple pie. He reminisces his times being a superhero. I love that art there of all the different Wolverines. And get to that in just a moment. What is it? Oh, Donald then finally agrees and sets out with Mickey. Oh, you're all good. To find with Mickey to help find where they then find Goofy Hulk waiting on them, and you know the Wolverine and Hulk don't like each other, so Donald gets mad and he's like, "Oh, come on, why do I have to be with this Hulk?" And we get this. We get a couple really nice references there. We get one of where with Wolverine patch. When the Hulk was also known as Joe Fixit together there. And then we have Wolverine's first appearance as well, shown when it's Wolverine and the Hulk against each other there. And so, very cool callbacks to Wolverine's history that I've gotten. Anyway, while we're riding in the car, Mickey says that he thinks anything green just makes Donald mad. And we get another flashback going back to Giant Size X-Men, which I covered with our good friend Ian. Go check it out. Where we see Pluto Colossus throw Donald to this big evil Krakoa. The heroes then arrive at their destination. They get captured, and we then see Pete Skull's room, and where he has all these different weapons stolen. You can see you can see him with Captain America's shield, and saying Pete rules, and see like Iron Man's helmet and Thor's hammer hanging on the wall there. And so, you know, all the stolen weapons that he stole. All of a sudden, then Goofy Hulk is then able to he goes green and he's able to break out of the chains. Mickey Hawkeye gets freed and then fires this green paint arrow at Donald Wolverine that just makes him go absolutely angry, berserk. Absolutely love the action here, where he just goes absolutely crazy and he just goes on this rampage and just he saves the day. He saves the day, but then also because of uncontrolled rage, he also ends up hurting a little bit of the money, which you know. You know who owns that money. But anyway, Pete, right, exactly, Scrooge. Yeah, we see Pete Skull and goons go to jail, and then Donald is left with cleaning Scrooge's money collection. So, actions have their consequences. Maybe that's what happens when don't be too angry and destroy others' money. So, so yeah, that's it. It's a very fun one and done story. What did you think of it?
Oh my god, I loved it. I loved it. Beginning to end. I've read it several times since I purchased it, and I did. I have figured out that I love one and dones, or I like limited series, because I want to be able to go beginning to end and not have like 150 to get through one story. I get it, but at the same time, for me personally, so this was perfect. This was perfect for me.
Yeah,
I felt very nostalgia because, like, for both basically like a Goonie, because I'm like an elder millennial, but I'm like right on the line, 100% the line. Okay, I grew up with DuckTales, so soon as they went Duckburg, I was like, oh, and when I saw I was like, yes, I was there, and then just the excitement of I could see this playing out in my mind as if it was an anime cartoon.
Oh my gosh, wouldn't this be great for something they had put on Disney Plus? I think it's exactly what they'd want. It's exactly like everyone would have a blast with it. People love what they're doing with The Simpsons and all the other crossover stuff they're doing with their IPs. So come on, give us this. We'd love this.
And I think this would be perfect. This
it really would be.
Series would be perfect.
Oh, absolutely. I 100% agree. It was so fun just seeing so many different characters and references throughout past Marvel history. Having all the different Wolverines hinted at there and shown there, and the different callbacks. As I specifically said, you see him back when he's Weapon X. You see his first appearance. You see Giant Size X-Men, which was when he first became part of the X-Men. And so it was very cool seeing them all come together like that.
And Goofy as Hulk.
Yes, Goofy as Hulk was really cool as well. I found it interesting too. I was like, why is he gray at first? Sticking with the gray Hulk, and then plot twist. It was on purpose for him to turn big and green for their final thing there, which I really liked. I found it really interesting though that we got Mickey as Hawkeye mainly. Or,
I know, that's what I thought too. I was expecting Captain America, and then all of a sudden I'm like, he's Hawkeye.
Right?
But it works. But it works.
It did work.
It does work.
It did work. It was very fun seeing all the different references. Pluto was Colossus. That was really cool.
That was cool.
That was really cool. It's just a really nice one and done story there. You can tell it was filled with lots of love too. I really like the art.
Yeah, I loved majority. Okay.
Yeah.
I only had one small nitpick. One people. Okay. I get one at least once in a while. But beyond that one small nitpick, I loved the artwork. This was beautifully done. I love how they also slightly modernized the Bugle Boys, but left them with that 80s, 90s retro feeling that I'm used to. If you look at the Bugle Boy, I'll bring it back up for people. Okay. They slightly modernized them slightly, but still left their original character intact. And I did love that. I love the fact that they didn't try to recreate something completely brand new or give them a whole different look. I'm glad that they kept, just switched it a little bit. I think my one nitpick was the big. It's gonna sound silly, people. This is gonna sound silly, but listen to me. That's Grandma.
Yeah, Grandma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Grandma. Grandma. I mean, now this to me looks more correct. Okay.
Which is how
Because
she
she
was drawn at
looks
first.
slightly older versus the other one looks like
Like
too much like Daisy.
like
Young
Daisy dressed up.
versus Grandma Duck or
Yeah.
Granny Duck. And I was just like, come on.
Yeah, I can see that.
But other than that, it's a small nitpick, people, okay? And I
Yeah.
don't care because I will read this over and over again. I might even have to get me the second. They actually have a variant cover, so
Yes,
I might
I
have
love
to get
a lot of the variants that they have here. Kind of hard to decide if the main one was the one I wanted to get or not, but I mean they're just all so good. A lot of great art and the variants there.
Yes.
So what was your thoughts on got Weapon X, and what was cool about it was we got the character Gyro in it. What did you think about that?
Again, I was excited because again, for me, that was a call. Well, I love Gyro. I loved him in DuckTales. So for me, when he showed up on scene, I'm
Yeah.
like, this just makes sense. It made sense to me. So even if I will say this, I think if you are not necessarily, if you don't really fully know X-Men, but you know DuckTales, right? You're gonna still understand this because Gyro's Gyro, and he's just that type of character that you're like, oh, that makes sense. It makes sense. I loved it.
It was really cool. It was a really nice reference that just sort of filled all the way out through this. Cool way to mishmash characters with him being what's his name that I can't remember. So yeah.
Wait, who are we talking about? Gyro being Colossus or
Gyro being William Stryker.
William Stryker,
who gave Wolverine the adamantium there. So
yes. And I loved this one page when you opened it up and it says Pete rules, and it's like Where's Waldo, but with all the various Avengers. Like you're like, oh, I see Iron Man. Oh my God, why is he holding Captain America's shield? And then you're just looking and you can just see all these various things. And I'm like, oh,
all sorts of fun stuff.
So cool. It's just so cool. So much fun.
So what did you think about them making Pete be a Red Skull for the villain of this story?
I loved it.
Yeah.
It's perfect. It's perfect for Pete. Okay. Pete, okay. Although I do like him in Goof Troop and the Goofy movies, and he's like slightly anti-hero in those. It's just perfect for Pete because Pete has always been since the beginning, people. Okay. We're talking black and white back in Steamboat Willie days. He was the villain, and even though we've been able to humanize him a little bit more, I love the fact that he could just still be the bad guy and be the bad guy. And just no ands, ifs, or buts, no backstory what made him that bad, but he's the bad guy. And this is what it is. So.
100% bringing. I think that's a great point too. Connected as well too. I think it's just a great story that anyone could enjoy. All ages really. Whether you're a Marvel fan, you're a Disney fan, whatever you may be, you could easily have fun with this, and very quick read as well. That's very easy to also reread and just enjoy all the different references in it too. Because I like the idea of it. If you're not a Marvel fan, you could read this and learn little bits. Sure, it's in a distorted way, but learn little bits of Wolverine's history in this. Having all those different Wolverine references and seeing all the different costumes in it. It's a really cool mashup, and I think it can go the other way to a degree too. Like Hero's not necessarily a well-known character. I feel like overall, and so
okay, maybe not now, but
right. For like people of my generation,
these early 90s, people knew this character.
So a kid now, would know a lot, pretty much all these Marvel characters, and so learning about Jiro now, and so very cool. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a very simple one and done story. That I think it was well written, so good job.
It is well written. It was it was an entertaining story.
Yes.
Like it wasn't. We had an evil villain. We had our heroes. We had, and really, again, it was really well written. I'm like can I meet these? Can I meet these? I want to meet these authors. I want
Yeah,
these writers. I really
did.
want to have them to sign this because I'm like, this is probably one of my newer favorites. And
You did really good.
because I just felt like I was entertained the whole time.
Yes.
Again, it captured my attention both for as someone who loves Disney, and I love DuckTales, and I love Donald Duck, which is his 90th year, people. That's why the What If series is out. It's to help celebrate his 90th year.
It's crazy to think about that too.
Years of Donald Duck. And of course I like Wolverine. So in the perfect timing with Deadpool coming out. So it's just so exciting that they were able to do this wonderful mashup the way they did it. And I'm very curious because I know that the Thor one's coming out, and I'm very curious if they're going to be able to recapture that. Like, that excitement, that energy, the fun that was in this book, in this comic book, like, and they do it. Oh, and I kind of want this now as a Funko Pop.
Oh, that'd be a wonderful Funko if they could do it.
Although,
please do
I
it.
would like a side story why he gets marshmallows here, but not in the
the
actual book itself.
Funny.
But
should have had him roasting marshmallows somewhere.
Well, because if you look at this artwork here, right?
Yeah.
We already know on the inside of the back cover of what this
of what's coming next. What if Donald Duck became the mighty
it does
Thor?
Look slightly different in the type of art.
Yeah.
So I am very curious as to what
I would bet it's a completely different creative team. I haven't quite looked behind the Thor issue yet. But that would be my guess. I could be wrong. But if everyone likes what they're saying now, we could come back and do Thor.
I know. I would love to.
Yes.
I'm wondering though if they will, because I remember when I was picking up my copy, I had asked, is there a number 2? And they said no, but there is going to be Thor. And I'm like, oh, and that's when they said, yeah, they're bringing out for the 90th anniversary for Donald Duck. And I was like, oh, that's probably a cool tidbit. And it made me also go, ooh, are we gonna get more?
Yeah,
like
we'll
see. Are we gonna get more? And I'm kind of like, okay, if the Thor one's really good, I'm just gonna be like,
come on, give us more. Give us more mashups. But
Yeah.
they've been doing a lot of covers of mashing these characters, and like as far as like it's been like a monthly thing where they've been bringing out a big new Disney Marvel mashup cover of like Mickey and different characters together, recreating iconic covers, much like the main one there does, recreating the iconic Wolverine issue 1 cover. And so, be very cool to definitely get more because it's just a fun one and done one shot and with all the characters you love.
And here's another thing I just thought about is that this would be a perfect comic book for, let's say, a grandchild or a niece or nephew who is just getting into Marvel or getting into who's Wolverine, who's Donald Duck, hello. And yes, please show them the original DuckTales. I know there's a new series, whatever. I have yet to see it. Okay, I'll be honest, people. Okay, give me my old stuff. Because let me tell you, there was some really good characters in Duckburg. You know what I mean? There was some evil characters, people. We had evil. And I know what evil looked like from the original DuckTales. So they could easily put that into here too. I love the fact that we also had Scrooge. I love that.
Yes.
I love Scrooge McDuck. I really do.
At the end there. It was just a cherry on top there at the end, having him there.
I know. And to have him, nephew, and I was just like, I just started laughing. As soon as I turned that page, I just started laughing. Just as if it was like playing in my head though. And I loved that. So that's why I've been so excited to talk about this because the past week, because I'm just like, this has been playing in my head like it's an animated cartoon, and I'm ready for it. Like, this is what we want. With you. This is what we want.
I'm right there with you. 100%. Give it to us, Disney. Yeah.
They did great.
I agree. I don't have anything else to say about it. I think we covered it really well.
I think it's a must read if you're a Marvel or DuckTales or a Donald Duck fan. I would also mention though, if you're a Donald Duck fan, you probably are going to want to add this to your collection for sure, because this is probably going to be collectors at some point, I would assume.
Maybe.
So this was really good. And this is also, we also are getting now reintroduced to the X-Men through Disney. since everything. You know, we're finally
Right.
getting the mutants. We're getting all this exciting stuff. So it's really good to see what Walt Disney had and Stan Lee's creations come together. I love it.
It's absolutely fantastic.
Sorry, I'm like Stan Lee.
No, it's really cool.
Oh yeah, all the excitement.
Very, very cool to like. It's a mashup that just works. So
Yes,
I'm here for more. Looking forward to what Thor will bring us.
Mm-hmm.
It'll should also be a good time, just like this one. So.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, as Stanley would say, enough said. I think we covered it all really well here. Remind the people where they can find you again.
Okay, well, again, my name's Nicole. I'm part of the Red 5 Network. I run the Red 5 Reading Book Club that is on X, on Instagram, on Peace Love Phantoms, as well as also on X, Peace Love Phantoms. One half of Peace Love Disney, as well as 1/3 of Used and Abused. So
there you have it. And come back here to the Dingus Den for lots more awesome comic content. Got lots of cool stuff coming out, and so stay tuned for what's to come. Have a good one. Laters. Bye. Thank you for watching this video. Before you go, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video. See you next time here on the Dingus Den.